Good morning, everyone. This is Bremster, and after spending most of my weekend playing Bremic and starting off the battle for Azeroth, I was supposed to be going into the office today, but a series of events has meant that I think if I went into the office today, I would have massive regrets. So I'll be starting work in a couple of hours, but until then, I'm going to play some more Alexplorer. Who just finished Tanaris, and while I'm very curious in finding out whether I can actually do the Badlands quests or not, I do want to take into Unguru Crater. So, I have mail to collect. A bunch of successful auctions and a bunch of unsuccessful auctions. So let's open all of it. So that was another 742 gold. And then we'll go down to the auction house and try and sell some of the stuff. There's no way anyone wants the Horizon Joker. Let's put it up for 500 and see what happens. But no one's going to want that. Traveler's Backpack is not going to be worth anything. Journeyman's Backpack is not going to be worth anything. I don't even know what to do with those. I mean, I can try and sell it for 5 gold, but no one's going to want it. Volatile Rum, I'll try and sell it for 2 gold. Stone Scale Eel, fine, 70 cents. Hey, Chip. That seems way high for early Blackmouth, but there you go. And the Chimeric Leggings, I'm going to try and sell for 100 because... Okay, now. I'd rather get a quick sale than... So, I'm done with Tanaris. This easy money quest is an Uldum quest, so I'm heading to Unguru Crater. And I'm going to do it. Now, what mount do I want to have for Unguru? Now, this is an important question. I do have raptors. It's got to be the Black Primal Raptor. It really does. And I'll remove the favourite from that. I'm actually tempted for now to remove the favourite on the Charger. And we're heading to Unguru on the Raptor. It has to be the Raptor. Anything else is just not right for Unguru. Falling asleep after dinner is a good thing to do most of the time. So I'm doing Tropical Paradise Beckons. Yeah. Is it a tropical paradise? Man, it's been fun playing Bremic through the start of Battle for Azeroth. Playing a zone that I don't know.
I need to get closer.
Like, so much fun. Like, Bremic's already having less aggro range problems than so it's weird. Bremic can't one-tap anything at 7 levels higher. Like, he's just actually incapable of one-tapping anything. It actually takes him quite a bit of time to kill something. Like, not a lot, but a bit. And yet, he... his aggro range is way less because of the... what is giving me that? Something is giving me that bar underneath. Underneath my pelly. Maybe it's that. Looks like it's that. Let's see how that goes. But anyway, so yeah, because he's 7 levels over the mobs, he's got way lower aggro range. But it takes him a while to kill things because at 7 levels over, he's not the mobs aren't completely trivial. Whereas on Alexplorer, Alexplorer being 5 levels over, the aggro range, mobs still want to attack, even though Alexplorer is able to solo raid bosses of that level. It's this really weird thing for the way that the level scaling has changed the presentation. And at this point, I'm assuming that the level scaling... There they are. Those are the pillars I'm looking for. These are the pillars I'm looking for. At this point, I'm assuming the level scaling is going to mean that everything becomes super trivial to the point where I am with Alexplorer at level 70 for Bremic. But I don't know for sure. And here we go, down into the crater. So Unguru Crater is effectively a crater, and you can, if you're a mage or a priest or have some other slow fall ability, jump down into the crater. But this was the original way down into the crater, riding down, and it's the way out if you don't use the flight point or fly. And yeah, this zone, I'm assuming they haven't nerfed anything. I would love it if the scaling on... There are mobs here that are incredibly scary the first time you encounter them. And I'm hoping, really hoping... I mean, big raptors are a thing here. I would love it if they'd made it that the level scaling didn't stop for the big scary mobs. But we'll see. Once, long ago, a brother of mine took some meat from one of the La Coral kills. He didn't know it at the time, but La Coral saw him from the forest. La Coral followed my brother for days, destroying everything he touched. My brother, scared, finally decided to run from the crater and leave La Coral behind. La Coral killed him not far from this spot. If you want to provide La Coral provoke La Coral, find a fresh kill of his and take some of the meat from it. Start your search to the west.
Walk with the earth, mother.
Those stone guardians used to be elites and drop runes that were used in high level crafting. Stop, human. I could... Is he a... Oh, he's a wargate. Stop, human. I could use the help of a paladin like you. Right outside this camp, there are raptors with deadly claws. I've been using the claws for druid rituals, but it doesn't seem to be working. However, I did notice that some of those raptors sometimes have white claws, when most have deathly black ones. The earth works in strange ways. Maybe you can fetch me some of the white claws, and I'll try one last time.
You wouldn't want to see me when I'm angry.
So these used to drop, I think it was called Guardian Stones. There you go. They're still worth a bit, apparently. Do not want to kill Morvek. And at some point, I'm probably going to want... You used to need to kill a bunch of different Ravasaurs of different types and place eggs and stuff. And you would look for particular types of Ravasaurs as well. These aren't dropping anything. No Ravasaur meat. Oh, there's raptor flesh.
Congratulations.
Golden Sansom.
I'm out of range. I need a target.
I keep trying to use the feather from Brimming. I'm fighting muscle memory. Can I get up to the Mountain Silver Sage? Yes. Do I want to start collecting crystals now, knowing I'm going to need them later? There used to be all of the primary colours. Well, sort of primary colours. The paint primary colours, not the actual light primary colours. Well, sorry, the other way around. Some of the light primary colours. There is blue, green, red, and yellow. Yellow is not a primary colour. Now, the Ravasaur Matriarch used to be something that you would go hunting, and I can't remember why. And it wasn't because of the mystical braces. I think it was because near the Ravasaur Matriarch would often spawn an egg? I can't remember. Interesting that I only seem to be seeing blue power crystals. Just as I picked up some gold ore, a buyer has been found for my auction of gold ore. Yeah, I'm only seeing blue power crystals. I don't know what's going on.
Ain't you a chipper-looking one? Let the light of the new moon guide you.
My mentor says that sometimes you have to take away from nature before you can give back. These raptors, I feel they died for a good cause.
Long live, Greymane.
The blood petals of Unguru have a fascinating life cycle. These trees in front of us bear the seeds that fall down into the river when they mature. The river's current then takes the seeds north of here, where the seed hatches, almost like an egg, and a newborn blood petal emerges. I require these seeds for my studies. Take this net and use it to scoop up the bright orange seeds in the river. You'll have to hunt them down under the water.
Good day.
Wow, they've changed blood petal seeds. I am now honored with Cenarian Circle.
Greetings, traveler. Ancestors.
This will do nicely, Alexplorer. It seems Larkori eats well these days, although I wonder where he found a Thrishodon in this area. Odd. Regardless, I will hold on to this until you are ready for your confrontation with the beast. Do not worry for my safety. I am sure you've angered Larkori enough that he will not kill me until after he's tasted your flesh. I'm actually surprised he has not come for you yet, Alexplorer. But all is well, for I have a final plan that will bring the monster to us. Being the dominant male gives Larkori rights to breed with any female he chooses, and he chooses many of them. You'll find many Ravasaur eggs to the west of here. Get close to them, and you should provoke an attack by his mates. The females produce an awful smell from a gland in their heads that allow males to know they are ready to breed. Bring me 2 of those glands.
Again.
These are the blood petal sprouts, which used to be used for a different quest. Running around on Guru used to suck because it used to be if you just touch water, your mount would go away. So you'd be riding around on Guru and then all of a sudden you'd be unmounted and then you'd be riding around on Guru and then you'd be unmounted.
Congratulations.
Mining is slowly going up. Oh, the crystal pylons. I'd forgotten about those quests. Okay, so I just have to run over the eggs. I don't have to interact with them.
Congratulations.
I got a bad feeling.
In the seeds, yes, I have.
Bound by a
Yes,
common
these
enemy.
seeds will do nicely. You have the gratitude of the Cenarian Circle.
That's enough gabbing for me today.
You used to have to gather the seeds from here and then take them to Darnassus, which was like a 20-minute flight, and then you'd be sent back to get more. It was weird.
This Moon Warden is the Night Elf Druid who indoctrinated me into the Cenarian Circle. He has set up camp north of here, near the cliffs at the crater's easternmost edge. Follow the flow of the blood petal seeds. I'll wager you'll find him nearby. My studies are limited only to seeds and other reagents, but he pursues more advanced matters. If you're curious to learn more about Unguru flora, you should speak with him now.
Watch your back.
Congratulations.
Peace, friend.
Be careful, Alexplorer. Getting close to any nest of eggs will surely provoke the mothers. Yeah, that's what you asked me to do.
May the
Ah,
eternal sun
fine
shine
specimens,
upon
Alexplorer. The 2 pieces you've found should be perfect for baiting Lakori into the open. I cannot wait to see the outcome of your fight with the monster. He is massive thing with claws as sharp as the finest blades. You will look into his eyes, and you will know
We
death.
shall meet again.
This will be the most difficult part because there is some complexity to the plan. Continue following the river to the north and look for a bend in the river. It was here I saw Lakori last. You will know you are in the right area because of all the bones from massive creatures that once wandered nearby. Take the meat you recovered and place it there. Then rub this mixture I created on the meat. If both lures mingled together do not bring Lakori to you, then I know nothing else that will. Then bring Lakori's head to Tower Pathfinder. Okay.
May the eternal sun shine upon you.
Interesting. I'm sure Lakari used to be up in the mountains. I remember you. In the mountains. Did Garl send you? How are his studies coming? I find that it can be a bit slow at times, but he is truly a force to be reckoned with when he takes the form of the bear. Now we have more pressing matters to attend to. You're already familiar with the first phase of the blood petal's life cycle, the waterborne seed. The next phase, however, is not so docile, the pack of juveniles. When blood petals hatch, they quickly form gangs and travel together, offsetting their weakness with overwhelming numbers. These packs of young lashes normally keep to themselves, but upset one of them and you'll upset them all. For our safety and the safety of others, dispose of them. They roam close by, to the west and north. Now we're seeing green power crystals. And more importantly, green power crystals.
I don't have a target. Congratulations. I need a target.
Where's the bait for Lakari location? No way, I can't see a thing. Okay, I'm confused. It used to be up in the mountains. But there's the stone that I imagine I'm supposed to be putting it on. Oh, here's the meat. Hang on. But where's the pouch? It didn't give me the pouch. I had to pick up the pouch. No, here's the pouch. And then I apply that to the meat. And this should summon Lakari. Boom.
Congratulations.
Meanwhile, I'm curious, have they removed the devil saws from this site? That would kind of suck. You find what appears to be a crate of food left behind when this camp was abandoned. On the outside of the crate, you make out a stamp that says, Property of Martial Expeditions. Perhaps you find someone who could use this.
Congratulations.
I'm sure Lakari used to be up in the mountains. There used to be a path up somewhere into the side of the mountain. It wasn't out in the open. Like up in an area like that. There's a devil saw. Devil saws do still exist. But they don't scale. It is only level 30. Oh, this could be the quest here. You return victorious. Good, good. Perhaps the crater will now be a bit safer for those who travel through it. Look how strangely the plant life reacts to the blood petals in the rolling gardens to the north. The trees are enveloped with more flowers and vines than usual. Large, sporous blossoms project themselves from the ground where they once did not. The land is speaking to us, human. The blood petals are destroying their balance. As my final task, I ask you to visit the swarming adult blood petals and prune their numbers. It may have been up there where you can see the bones. I'd like to get my mining to 300. It seems tricky to do. Okay. No, I want to continue going south and hand in the quest. Unguru is such a pretty zone. Multiple stone guardians.
What brings you here?
Do not let fear overpower you, Alexplorer. Fear is the great betrayer. You must remain strong. The Earth Mother be praised. You've done it. Fair play to you, Alexplorer. You have proven to be a great hunter in your own right. Your spirit is strong, your bravery unmatched, and your strength has been fortified. I bow down to your skills. Only the greatest of my ancestors could have accomplished something so incredible. Congratulations. Maybe if I do this on a Horde character, I try and do it and don't take my character all the way to 35. Seems risky. It'd be bloody dangerous. I know people do it. It's just, would I enjoy it? Being older and slower than I used to be. Dream foil. Dream foil's the dream. Dream foil was always the dream herb.
You need something?
Willardon Marshall.
See you later.
Hey, Holly Annie, look at that. Get up on this one. A recruiter sent you? Good. Let's start out with a bit of honesty. Unguru isn't the perfect nirvana that you may have been promised. Probably figured that out on the way over here, though. Should we get to work?
Have a good one. See you around.
What have you got there?
Safe travel.
Oh, wow. It is some really old food. Holy honey. Hey, Enyi. Take a look at this. Holy Enyi is... is he trying to impress her or something? No chat. Take a look at this. This human brought us these old rations that we abandoned. Why do all of these humans call me a human? No, not from Marshall's Refuge, from the old base camp. I'm not sure what I want to peek inside. I'll just give it to Nolan, I guess. He'll know what to do with it.
Have a good one.
Welcome. I'm Willardon Marshall, and my sister and I run this expedition of explorers and scientists. You have a moment? I don't like the look of those elementals on that volcano, Paladin. We have too much equipment, too many notes. One crazed elemental could streak its way through our camp and do terrible, terrible damage. Show them that their new neighbours aren't to be trifled with, and bring back the ash they leave behind. We might as well do a little science while we're at it.
Safe travels.
What's up?
I created a thermometer to take readings of the temperature at the volcano, and I'd like to find the hottest lava flows. It gives the measurements in degrees, crank, and height. Here, take it, and take readings of the temperatures at the ridge whenever you see a hot spot. I can't remember where the hotspot quest used to come from, but I don't think it was within Unguru Crater. Hotspots usually take the form of glowing rocky pillar jutting out of the ground. You'll find them around the base of Fire Plume Ridge. One trip around the perimeter will likely suffice.
Hurry back!
Wow, they've simplified these quests a lot.
Yo! Keep it real!
Real, you say?
Hey!
I'm sure you've noticed them, Alexplorer. They're everywhere. What am I talking about? Why, the crystals, of course. The crystals, they're all over the crater. Most people ignore them, but I have a strange feeling they hold power within them. Say I'm running a little low on the crystals I have here. Think you might be able to collect some for me? More for me. You'll find yellow crystals to the northwest, red crystals to the... Oh, I'm sure you'll figure it out.
Very well, then.
Hi, how are you?
I don't believe we've met. I'm Nolan Decker, Marshall Expedition's new chef of guards. I'm also their chef. There's actually more overlap than you'd think. I've got a fun little task for you. Have you seen the snake spike pits around the perimeter of the camp? See if you can convince some of the nearby dinosaurs to walk into them. If you throw this rotten meat at them while they're not looking, it'll either make them hungry or angry. Either way is fine as long as they follow you into the pit.
Off and away.
Talk to me.
Cenarian Hold in Silithus is one of the biggest druid settlements in Galamdor, almost as big as Moongladmon. Someday, maybe Zen Aliri be heading on over to Cenarian Hold, fighting some Twilight's Hammer, healing the land where the Silith had teared it, but Zenalari's master tells him to wait, so Zenalari waits. The easiest way to get there is that path up on Guru's northwestern cliffs. If you've got no master, there's nothing keeping you from moving on.
Busy.
I've got quests to do here. I baited a dinosaur, dinosaur, dinosaur. I baited a dinosaur into the pit. I baited a dinosaur, a dinosaur, a dinosaur. I baited a dinosaur into the pit. I'm going to do it again and again, and I'm going to do it again and again. I don't think that anyone likes it when I sing. So there used to be quests to kill all of the different dinosaurs, and you'd have to kill, I think it was 30 of each, and there were 3 types of Dimetrodon, 3 types of Ravasaur, 3 types of Pterodax. So you'd be here killing mobs for ages. Oh. How am I supposed to drag him into the pit if he won't come this far? Fine. Young Dimetrodon will do. You're young and stupid. Unlike me, I'm old and stupid. Possible I just got too far away.
Congratulations.
Pleased to meet you.
Excellent work, Alexplorer. Now we're a bit safer from the dinosaur attacks. Plus I've got all this fresh meat to serve to my men.
You have a great day now.
The people used to come here to farm elemental fire because elemental fire was incredibly valuable for fire resistance stuff in Classic. Not so important now. It even added recipes to allow you to transmute to elemental fire, but you'll notice that all of this fire stuff is now basically worthless. But this area was kept very dead. I'll worry about that later. This is also a place where people would come to mine thorium. Because it was one of the few places that Unguru was a good place to get rich thorium veins. That one there.
Congratulations.
Possible I should have just stayed on the lower level. I don't know. He did just say one trip around the perimeter should do.
Congratulations.
It used to be, I believe, that arcane crystals would only drop from... I think I've done this one. Yeah. So the first one was 8,000. First one was 564. Now I'm at 428,000 degrees. Good morning, Eric. $40 degrees. Can you feel the heat? No, I really couldn't either. I thought it used to be possible to get up this side, but maybe I'm wrong. Oh, good Lord, Ringo. I forgot about Ringo. Blaze Runner used to not be killable. You used to have to do a lot of stuff to get Blaze Runner. And you used to have to stand here to take the highest reading. But... great. But that's not a hotspot. But the bugged elemental was never removed. That's nice to know they're consistent. No, I did get volcanic activity. No, finding the stone, volcanic activity. That's done. Power crystals and blood petals. But I can go hand all of this stuff back in. So Eric, were you enjoying watching me play content I didn't know with the Battle for Azeroth stuff?
Good day to you. See you around.
I hope that did the trick. I'll take the ash. This may come in handy sometime down the line.
See you later.
I'm a bit concerned about these fire elementals, Alexplorer. One last request. Head to the top of Fire Plume Ridge and kill the one they call Blaze Runner. He's the biggest and strongest of all the fire elementals in the crater. With him gone, I'll be able to sleep much better.
Have a good one.
So yeah, it used to be you used to have to get items from all over the crater, including, I think, from Darnassus and a couple of other places to get the ward required to be able to dispel the protective barrier on Blaze Runner. It was weird. I'd go there myself, but I'm a little scared of the fire elementals. These results are astounding. My boss will be pleased. Thank you, kind human. My good friend Sprackle has been fretting about something for some time now. I'd help her, but as you can see, I'm pretty comfortable right now. Could you check in with her and see what she needs?
Congratulations.
Spraggle Frock. What? Crackle sent you?
Glad I could
You
help.
gotta help me, Alexplorer. My friend Ringo left earlier to explore the volcano to the north of here, and he's been gone way too long. I'm really worried about him. You think you could find him? Why don't you take my canteen with you? Oh, God, Ringo. I'm sure he'd need it.
Congratulations.
With ya.
Bloody Ringo. Oh, that's good. I mean, I'm enjoying this too. Please, don't get me wrong.
I don't have a target.
So you used to have to escort Ringo out and all the way back to Marshall's refuge, which was up here. So you'd have to escort him down and around and all the way back up through the tar pits up here, I believe. And he'd fall asleep all the time, similar to the escort quest in Ashenvale I did on Harmonize. God, it was tricky. Blade Runner will be back.
Congratulations.
I mean, the advantage with questing on Brem at the moment is it's a new experience, and I'm getting to sort of see the game in a different way. I kind of wish that it had been that everything out in the world took a couple of hits, but I could still do instances, but I understand that that doesn't really work. Ringo's sack rests on the rock in front of you. You find what appears to be Ringo's belongings. If he left these here, he can't have gone far away. Maybe you should look for him. It's so hot. I was exploring this area when all of a sudden the heat just became unbearable. I must be suffering from heat exhaustion. Please help me get my friend back to my friend Spraggle at Marshall's stand. I think I'm well enough to follow you there. I'm feeling a little out of it, so if you could slap me if I'm feeling woozy. If I do happen to fade again, just splash some water on me from Spraggle's canteen. That should work, I hope. And he used to only walk at slow speed as well. So now he walks fast. This used to be like a 10-minute escort. Still pretty bad. Oh, I've just got to right click on him. Come on. This is still pretty bad. I wonder if they've kept this deliberately annoying
It's too far away.
as a memorial. Nowhere near as bad as it was.
Congratulations.
Hey, how you doing?
Ringo's not in the best shape, Alexplorer, but I'm glad to have him back in one piece. Thank you for finding him.
Good.
Hello.
At last, Blaze Runner is dispatched. Thanks, Alexplorer. He was driving me batty.
See you later.
Hey there.
If you're here to help, then maybe you can help us with the lurking threat. To the south lies the slithering scar, a quivering silhouetted outpost in the middle of the jungle. You can't miss it. One of my scouts reports that the Silithid are harboring a young colossus in their large central underground chamber, and once it is fully grown, they plan to unleash it upon Unguru. This must not be allowed to pass, Alexplorer. Find the colossus and kill it.
See you around.
Time is money, friend.
Hey, sweetie, interested in making an extra dime? I've got it on good authority that some interested parties are paying big money for Silithid eggs. Yeah, you heard me right. Silithid legs. Oh, legs. Apparently these things are delicious if you cook them right. They're like underground lobsters. They just live south of here. Thing is, I need a good amount of them to pay for my overhead. Think you could collect me 8 dozen or so? Not if they only drop 1 each. Oh, WoW is full of references. It always was. So in Unguru, this is where there used to be a lot of, I'll quickly show you. There used to be a bunch of quests related to Mario and Luigi. Here is the old Mario, now called Larian. And there used to be a Luigi. So you can see the short guy in red, and this is Muigan. So yeah, there used to be Mario and Luigi, and they've kind of had their names. They were called, I think they were always called that, but you've got the tall guy in green and the shorter guy in the red with the blue overalls. And this is where the Lincoln's Boomerang quest would start. There would be an underwater cart somewhere around here. I think it was in one of the lakes down here. And there would be a note on the cart with photographs and stuff, and you would have to go find Lincoln's sword, and then you'd have a quest all over the world. It would take you into zones all over. It would take you into Winter Spring. It would take you all over the world. And then you would come back after sort of unlocking the mystery, and you would be given a trinket which was called Lincoln's Boomerang. And back in the day, it was the only ranged attack in the game that Paladins could get. Yes, Plank Time is one of the biggest supporters of my puzzle channel. I'm assuming the support is because of the puzzle channel. Who'd pay for this? The Tyrant Devil Source seems to be bugged. Which is a shame. It's not much of a tyrant if he's just standing there unable to move. My foot's stuck! There you go. I helped. They used to mostly be valuable because if you could skin them, then Devil Soul leather was used to make some quite nice gear. The Devil Soul leather stuff was quite good pre-dungeon gear for rogues, if I remember correctly. And I think also for druids. I don't ask people to choose one channel over the other, Plank Time or Eric. People should feel free to watch whoever or whatever makes them.
I will happily promote other channels.
I'm out of range. I need a target.
I'm a firm believer that while me turning around and saying check out other channels may be detrimental to my channel, it's better for the community. And the community is way more important than my channel. So it used to be you'd be questing in Unguru, and you'd just be sitting here, and then all of a sudden a devil saw would appear, and you'd be like, holy cow, I can't take that. And you'd run away or potentially just die. More often than not, just die.
It's too far away. Congratulations. I'm out of range.
And that's perfectly reasonable, Eric. Yeah, I heard Sleuth has stopped producing. I'm not sure what happened there. It's possible that Sleuth suffered a little bit from what I worked very hard to avoid, which is if you turn it into a job with financial expectations, it becomes a job, and if it doesn't meet your financial expectations, then, I mean, I'm guessing here, I don't know, so please don't take what I'm saying as anything real. But if all of a sudden you turn around and say, well, I've got to do all this stuff to promote the channel and make the channel grow and, you know, turn it into, I mean, I'd like the channel to grow, and I'd like it to provide a little bit more financial stability and all of that sort of thing. And it's really nice when I have a good month and I can turn around and go, ooh, that's actually going to help me a lot more this month. But if you turn around and you ever go, you know, this is something that I'm doing in order to generate revenue, and I become a bit dependent on it, and I need to do this because if I don't put out the content at the rate or anything, you know, if you ever get to that level of stress, then all of a sudden it becomes a job and it stops becoming fun. And you know, if you make your hobby your profession, then it stops being a fun hobby. And that's not what I wanted to do. So that's why I've kind of resisted. I mean, I got to the point where I felt quite obligated to do stuff. And that... See? Ooh, King Mosh. King Mosh was the rare Devil Saw.
It's too far away.
That would always be see, you just end up, the Devil Saws are a lot smaller than they used to be as well. They used to be a lot bigger, like more than twice the size. And they would just wander around and occasionally eat you. Because even though they were twice the size, they were really, really stealthy because of render range. I need more yellow crystals. So because the game render distance is so much higher now, these Devil Saws, you can see them from a much higher distance. They used to be bigger and they used to just appear on top of you. It was like, what? So I don't know that that's what happened to Sleuth. Considering how quickly Sleuth's channel grew, I have my suspicions that may have been what happened to Sleuth. But I'm guessing, like, I don't know. And it is very much what I'm trying to avoid. I'm trying to try to keep it fun. No, I need to fly or find another route up and yeah. And it's while I'll always put community above my own channel. I'll promote other channels. I'll tell people, look how thick the foliage is here. It's put the foliage. Remember how a couple of sessions ago I lowered the ground foliage down? I went into options, graphics, and I lowered the ground clutter down. It always keeps changing it back. I really am a fan of both Timotab and Puzzle Patzer. I really enjoy Puzzle Patzer. Ranks does a lot more production on his though. I will often record mine. Like today is a strange day for me streaming before work. I don't do that very often. I normally do a lot of recording before work, and a lot of the stuff that's coming out at the moment is stuff I recorded ages ago. For example, the World Puzzle Federation videos that are coming out at the moment were recorded in January. Is the Devil Saw Queen. I'm not sure if there's going to be a quest around Devil Saws now. If they've gone from being these big mysterious things to just being a quest. That sort of stuff just takes practice. I would agree that, and sometimes I'm not the best either. I mean, the more you do it, the better you get. If you look at some of my early videos, I cringe. I frankly cringe at what I was doing. But you learn by doing. And I'm getting more and more comments along the case of, yeah, we've seen, 150 of your videos. We don't need you to do all the explanation anymore. And it's like, but there are a lot of people, like I get new subscribers every day. So there are people who haven't seen hundreds of my videos, and therefore the explanations are new to them. Therefore, I'm going to keep doing them. When I first got into the hobby, I got into the hobby just before lockdown. I know so many people said, oh, I got into the hobby at lockdown. It's like, I'm a bit different. I was introduced to Logic Masters Germany in 2019 when I went to Essen. And I'm getting lots of new transmog items, which is nice. So I got in a little earlier, and when lockdown started and I started solving basically everything that Anish Kumar had ever released that I could get my hands on. And he was releasing Patreon packs every month of, 40 puzzles. I wish he would release those again publicly so I could do something with them or whatever, because he hasn't released those publicly, and it's like, oh man, those puzzles are so good. I'd love to be able to showcase them to people.
Congratulations.
But I was solving so much, and I then got into longer and longer puzzles, partly through the CTC Patreon stuff.
Congratulations.
Yeah, I was just doing more and more and more puzzles, and it got to the point where it was okay while I was in lockdown. I was playing board games online with my parents, and all of that was fun, but I'd be spending 4 or 5 hours a day doing puzzles, and if I did a couple of puzzles, that was good. I'd feel really, really rewarded. And then I just realized I'm not getting as much out of these hour-plus puzzles normally as I am out of solving sort of Anish Kumar's when I started, Anish Kumar's puzzles were an hour, but when I got Anish Kumar's puzzles down to like 30 to 40 minutes, now I do his puzzles faster than that most of the time. I was finding that those puzzles were more fun. Like, I would enjoy having those couple of interesting deductions, things that were I wouldn't come away from a puzzle feeling exhausted, I think is the best way to put it. And I was finding that really valuable. Because so often I was coming away from puzzles feeling exhausted. And I just decided, you know what? My channel is getting to the point where I'm putting out these puzzles that make people exhausted. And I think it's mostly because of watch time. I mean, people were submitting them because that's what because that's what CTC was looking for. And CTC, I think, was looking for them because of watch time. Because if you're doing it for revenue, you want as much watch time as possible. And it's like, yeah. Yeah, no, plank time. I absolutely get it. I need a lot of them because I have to pay for shipping. Handling market, yeah, got that.
Be good.
Brilliant. We're on the cusp of something big here, Alexplorer. Here's your share of the inevitably huge profits. Now on to other
Have a
matters.
good one.
Here in Marshall Stand, I can't really do too much profiteering around without arousing suspicion from the scientists. There is, however, another place where I might have use for you. My business associate, Grimmix, has a camp northwest of here on the opposite side of the volcano. He's a savvy business mind and has better eye for profit than even I do. I'm sure he could put you to work if you'd like to make some more coin.
Be good.
Congratulations.
My, you're a tall one.
Just know I'm onto something here, Alexplorer.
Very good.
Now, I will continue my experiments. Thank you, Alexplorer.
Off and away.
Now, it used to be you would be able to hand in these crystals again for extra rewards and stuff. I don't know that that's a thing anymore.
How are you?
You've completed a remarkable task, Alexplorer. You're truly worthy of commendation. Thank you, and congratulations.
Safe travels.
I am wiping out Unguru Crater. So, one of my colleagues at work does classic Sudoku, has no interest in variant Sudoku, and that's fine. Although has occasionally, why did my water walking not work? Has occasionally been a little bit interested in some of the stuff I've done, but finds it just too confusing. And it's like, if you're not interested, don't be interested. It's fine. Like, I love the logic that comes from variant Sudoku. I mostly find classic Sudoku kind of It's either... I mean, I like learning classic Sudoku for the foundation of knowing some basic tricks I can use to improve the variant Sudoku I make. I find most of the time, if you're putting anything really tricky into a classic Sudoku, like I was talking to her, because she does mostly classic Sudoku, I was talking to her about some basic classic Sudoku tricks that we would consider basic. And even those, she was like, no. If I saw a puzzle with something like that in it, I wouldn't do it. So when she's talking that she likes doing Sudoku, she likes doing Sudoku that is so easy. Like, oh my God, easy. And that's fine. The scent of blood petal pollen hangs about your head, Paladin. This is good. You've earned your reward. High up in the cliffs above me, there is a large crystal pylon. Who placed it there? I cannot say, nor can I determine any reason that it would be built in such a strange place. Maybe you can make more of it than I can. I personally don't care what it does, so you needn't report back to me, but perhaps one of the scholars in Marshall's stand might be interested in what you discover. I got teleported up here. Okay? But if you were to show that most of these people, stuff like, you know, exocets and fireworks and all of this sort of stuff, they just would... Honestly, the number of people in the world who are interested in that sort of stuff, I imagine, is significantly lower than the number of people in the world who are interested in variant Sudoku. So, yeah. The crystal pylons of Unguru are a mystery to all. To the few inhabitants here, they're a source of legend, with much speculation as to their purpose. Pylon
Congratulations.
seems to be transmitting data somewhere. A closer inspection of the pylon leads you to find a small table containing yellow, red, and green crystals arranged in what seems to be a specific formation. A large blue circle of crystals is flanked on either side by a smaller circle of yellow crystals and another of green crystals. You carefully take note of what you see, knowing that someone may be very interested in hearing about what you have found. Swordfish, skyscrapers, Y-wings, all of that sort of stuff I find very, very useful. But like talking to my colleague even about a Y-wing, X-wings, yeah, maybe, but even about a Y-wing, it's like, no, at that point the puzzle is you put in a digit and see if it breaks. It was her response. And to which my response is, I don't like to solve that way. And she says, but that's the only way to solve. And I expect most people, like the vast majority of people, are the same, have that perspective. You get a puzzle to the point where it's down to, you know, a few possible candidates of digits, and then you put one in and see if that's correct or not. As much as you have the cult of Sudoku turning around and saying everything must be able to be proven logically, and if it's not handcrafted to have this beautiful logic in it and everything, then it's terrible. I don't believe that's what most people care about. I also enjoy putting puzzles out for people to enjoy. I think the Sudoku series is a good one. I might be wrong, but I think people are enjoying it. You're right to bring this pylon to my attention, Alexplorer. This is just the sort of thing I've been studying.
You have a great day now. Pleased to meet you. Busy?
And that's it. There are more pylons. I'm aware of that. There's one to the north and the west. I believe there's one to the south. Did I miss something at the Shaper's Terrace up there? I possibly did. I possibly should have looked behind me while I was there. I'm going to go back and I'm going to empty some of my bags. My bags are full of junk. TM.
Talk to me!
So, Chip, I would agree with that sentiment. I would be curious what people think of what I've been doing. So I basically looked at the way that a lot of the people I know are now publishing role-playing stuff, which is the pay what you want. So what I've been doing is I've been putting a thing in the intro of the Sudoku Tudes and the Sudoku Takeout books, which is pay what you want for this pack. An acceptable price is $0. I think a fair price is $2, and everything over $5 is too much. That's what I've been putting on my... Can I get up there without flying? Will he teleport me back up? Yeah, thank you. So this is where you used to do the dinosaur bone thing. And this is listed as the Shaper's Terrace. I am curious. Yeah, there's a thing here. Oh, I remember this. Yeah, you're part of Warlords of Draenor. I'll worry about you later. You're part of Wrath of the Lich King. I'll worry about you later. do 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 do. I'm going to get to this new camp and then I'm probably going to stop because I need to log on to work. Yeah, I get that too. And I mean, part of that is people have to do what's fun. If Zeta is doing stuff, Zeta's got to do stuff that's fun for him. Otherwise, he's going to hate it and it starts becoming work. And yeah, that's the thing. Very well. If Quixel recommended you, then I suppose you're all right. In all our years working together, Quixel's never steered me wrong.
Keep it real.
I'm not going to pick up any of these quests. What I'm going to do is I'm going to talk to the flight master so I can fly back here. Then I'm going to Hearth, which I believe takes me the Road Warrior. I'm hoping the Road Warrior is Gadget Zan. Kristen is a good person. Tristan's just great.
Welcome, friend. If you ever need anything. a good one.
Okay. And that is me done on this session. That was a lot of fun. I enjoyed that one. A couple of more hours of Alexplorer. Always good fun. Thank you, everyone. That was some good puzzle chat. Yeah, having fun. I forgot to mark off. I've completed Tanaris. I have completed Zul'Farrak. I've got Unguru Crater and then into Silithus. I'm really running out of classic zones to do in on Alexplorer. So I'm getting up to the point where Alexplorer is going to be moving into the first expansion. And that's going to be a lot of fun. Meanwhile, Bremick is doing the War Within, Battle for Azeroth. I keep saying War Within because I keep seeing promotions for War Within telling me buy War Within, buy War Within, buy War Within. And I'm kind of tempted because it's like 50% off because I think they're about to do pre-release sales for the next expansion, which if I was to order that, I would get all of War Within. I don't know what to do. It's not as if I'm that hard up for cash. I mean, as I was talking about the puzzle channel, it's nice to get some bonuses from that. And it's really nice that sort of subsidizes some of this, but I'm not desperate for it. If I was, then I think this would be a lot less fun. Thanks everyone for watching. I hope you had a good time. I hope you enjoyed seeing the start of Unguru Crater. I think I'm about halfway through the zone. It was never too complex a zone, but it was always just a lot of fun. And very, very pretty. And originally incredibly scary. I don't know if some of the quests that used to be there that were a lot of fun and silly fun are still going to come up. We will see. We will see if I end up fighting the gorillas that throw barrels at you. We'll see if that comes back. We'll see how it all goes. Thank you everyone for watching. This has been a lot of fun. And as always, good luck finding the quests that make you happy in life. Bye everyone.